All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. New location, new spot. I like it a lot. Very quiet, very peaceful. Always good to be by a divine body of water. Hope you all can see that. But for those who don't know, my name is Dalen. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming back. If you've been here before, if it's your first time, thank you for coming along this ride with us into the different aspects of meditation. All right, so without any delay, I'm going to jump into a very important topic, probably one of the most important topics that is misunderstood in the modern world, in the world, and the way people think and operate. This topic being the fact that the will and power are two very different things. It might seem like it's a minuscule, kind of maybe even irrelevant topic, but it's very, very important. Very important to understand whenever it comes down to completing tasks, doing things, understanding what it is that you are able to do and actually bringing it about, actually manifesting. You need to understand that the aspect of will and the aspect of power are two different things. Most people have probably heard the phrase willpower before, and they combine the two. And in that error, they make a very powerful proclamation, as though, for example, they'll say, I'm gonna make $1 million this year. They'll say something powerful like that, and by the end of the year into next year, they do the New Year's celebration thing with all the fireworks and all that. They ain't made no $1 million. Why? What has happened? What is the issue? I said it. I made the proclamation. I've even said it into my mind. I've said it multiple times, repeated it multiple times. But why did not it occur? That's a very out there example. There are very simple examples as well. I'll give a far out example, and I'll give a simple example. The simple example being, somebody makes the statement, I will not eat today, I will fast today. And then 6:30 in the afternoon, I've done this myself, so I'm not pointing fingers or nothing. I'm just giving examples based off of what I know to be true. 6:30 in the afternoon, in pain, curled over, and I get up and I start eating something, 6:35, right? Stuff like this happens a lot because people tie just the proclamation saying I will or I am, this, that, and the third, to the power that's necessary. All right, so the reason why this is an important topic is because will is the statement itself. It's the statement that you are going to do, you are going to be, you are going to manifest X, Y, Z. You fill in the blanks at the end of the statement. The power part of it is its own aspect. It's its own part that you need to focus on, independent of the statement. In simple terms, it's saying, I'm going to do this over here. This is one statement, and this is how I'm going to do it. It's the power side of it. It's the aspect of planning it, and it's the ability to actually make it happen. All right, so the reason why we want to even take this topic is because a lot of people make a very doable statement. Like, they'll say, I'm going to do this, but they don't end up being able to fulfill that statement. And as a result of that, they feel as though they are incapable, they're inferior to those who have done it, and that they are unable to do that which they are very much able to do. So that's why I'm even taking this topic. There is I'm gonna talk about this in another video, but in all of us, powering all of us, and responsible for all of our lives, all of our beings, is the supreme being, the indwelling intelligence within all of us. that same intelligence that has created this realm of perfection, all creation, all of nature, all of life, period, is you, is me, is every single one of us. All right, I'm not going to dive too far into that. Just take that statement, mull it over, let it bounce around in your mind. Take it in meditation, ponder it. All right, the reason why I even start this point off is that if you are directly related and are completely intertwined with, completely aligned with the same intelligence, the same divine power that created life, period, that created nature, that created what you see out here. I'm gonna tip my head this way because I really want y'all to see what I'm looking at. I like it a lot out here. Camera don't really capture it, but anyways, if you are in alignment and if you are this supreme intelligence within you, that means that you share in the you know them three common phrases: omnipotence, the omniscience, and the omnipresence of the supreme being. We share in that. We share in that infinitude. So that means being a direct manifestation of God, or a direct manifestation of the supreme being. We are limitless. All right. With that being said, you making the proclamation that you are going to make a 3-day fast is not something that is outside of your abilities or my abilities. It's not something that you should limit yourself and say that, nah, I can't do this. And I've tried before. I've tried to get 1 day, I've tried to get 2 days, but I didn't make it. So I can't do it. I'm just incapable. That's something that you should not ever say, because at the root of you, at the root of me, at the root of all the people who have done what you are trying to do now is the same intelligence, the same potential, the same amount of power. It's just up to you to be able to summon it, to exert it, to utilize it. All right, that's all. Point one. Point one is everything that I just said. Now, point two means that you are well within your rights to proclaim or to will or to speak that you are going to do whatever it is that you set your mind on, no matter whether it is accepted in society or not, whether it seems to be far-fetched or not. You have the ability to do it if you indeed believe and understand who it is that you are, who it is that we are. All right, so limitations are self-imposed hindrances. It's like chopping your own foot off whenever you place a limitation on yourself. All right, limitations, don't give yourself any limitations, because in reality we have no limitations. All right, so that's point two. That means your ability to say whatever it is that you wish to do is limitless, and that you should understand that limitless based on the fact that we are in reality, in essence, the supreme being. All right, number three, this is important. There's a distinction here. We've got one, we've got two. Point three is, all right, so I'm capable of doing this. I'm capable of getting up off the plantation and creating my own means of revenue and income. I can do this. How am I going to do it? How am I going to exercise this divinity in this manner and focus all my energy towards it in order to make it happen? What do I need to do to manifest this power to be able to do it? That's step three. And this is where, in shared evolution, Dalen comes into play, because now spiritual power is spiritual power and connection with the intuition, which will guide you to the means by which you fulfill your task of interest, occurs much better whenever you meditate. All right, there's two different aspects to it. Aspect number one, meaning if you I'm gonna take this angle. If you meditate, you take your whatever it is that you proclaim that you want to do, you take it into your spirit, you take it into your soul, you repeat it, you visualize on it, all whatever means you want to go about it. But the point is, you take it into meditation. Let that be whatever your focus is on. Condition your spirit in that way. You can repeat your objective over and over and over and over and over again. You can visualize on it. You can make your intention known, and then let it go. Do your B meditation and wait to see what your intuition will give you in terms of how you are to go about it. And yeah, the point that I'm making is, when you meditate, you're much able to you are tapping into that infinite power in order to receive the guidance by which you are to do whatever it is that you are to do. Okay, and that's angle one, as is related to meditation. Angle two is related to the type of meditation that I teach, the B meditation, the root meditation. All right, so I'm gonna talk about that. I've talked about that in the video. If you haven't already seen it, go check it out. It's my video called Root Meditation. All right, so in root meditation, you develop spiritual power. I've already talked about it, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking on it right now. You develop spiritual power just by sitting here and being and allowing yourself to be in alignment with nature. All right, that means if you can sit here, you can reject the compulsions of the animal spirit to swat at something, swat at a dragonfly, swat at an ant, swat at any type of bug, to flinch or shriek out in fear whenever you hear something over there and try and check it out what it is. If you are able to overcome the conditionings of the animal spirit, you automatically have increased in your spiritual power. All right, in that increasing of your spiritual power, you are now heightened in awareness, and you are now capable of taking that heightened awareness and applying it in your everyday life. Okay, that's what happens whenever you master. I can't say master. I'm not gonna talk about the whole concept of mastering. I've done it. I'm say I'm good at it, but I wouldn't say I'm a master at it. So whenever you get solid at B meditation, so that means, in an example, that means, all right, so now, oh, that's cool. Now I'm able to, I finished my meditation, I'm heightened, I'm now seeing, I'm capable of doing that which I originally thought was undoable. That means now I'm going to now take the time that I have in this physical realm, I'm going to prioritize it on this task. I'm not going to just sit and leave it in the spiritual realm and wait for it to just pop up out of nowhere. That ain't how it works. The spiritual realm and the physical realm are two sides of one coin. So that means you take it to the spiritual realm, you plant the seed, and you begin the manifestation as you get up and you walk around. Fill in the blanks. When it comes to my example, what I said, getting up off your knees and employing your own self. Whenever you do that, you get up, the thought is now embedded into your spirit, so now it's going to be more prevalent in your mind while you are out in the world. So that means that you are now thinking about it more, so you're now operating in a basis that will try and make it reality more. That means that you're going out, you're now doing the research, you're taking the necessary steps, you're saving the money, you are consulting those who have already done it, you are doing whatever you can do to make it happen. All right, this happens as a result of conditioning your spirit in meditation to seek to complete this task. There's a hierarchy to it. The reason why a lot of a failure occurs in this process is because you proclaim it in the physical. You may try and take these same steps in the physical, but the spiritual side of us precedes the physical. We can do a video on that in the future. I more than likely will. But if you don't, you got to condition your spirit first before you can really affect change, like really affect change in the physical realm. Especially when you're already 20, you're already in your 30s, already in your 40s. You already have different conditionings. I'm gonna just let it go. You already have different conditionings prevalent within the way that you operate. When it comes to your spiritual power, this is how you actualize it. Okay, so let me recap, make sure I'm hitting everything that I want to hit. The big three, what I said: 1, realizing the fact that you and I and all is the different manifestations of the same supreme being, and with that being said, our ability to do, to will, to achieve is essentially limitless if we identify with the fact that we are that supreme being. That's step number 1. Step number 2, meaning that we are now capable of understanding that our will, that which we want to do, is infinite. All right, there should be no limitations placed on what it is that you think that you can achieve, because it is doable. All right, that's step number 2. Step number 3, taking this will, whatever it is that you proclaim, in step 2, taking it into your spirit, meditate on it, pray on it, do your B meditation, let your intuition tell you what to do, let it guide you. Condition your spirit through meditation. All right, continuous repetition, meditation, not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times. It's going to take repetition for you to really be able to condition your spirit, in order for you to really see change start to occur in the physical. All right, now you get up out your meditation, you do take whatever steps that you could take now in order to manifest it. All right, don't do it in the wrong order, because that will more than likely prove to not work. All right, so this, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there. This video was actually composed of 2 different videos I was gonna do at 2 different separate times. I just want to speak on what those topics were that I wrote down on my phone. 1, that will and power are 2 separate things. You shouldn't say willpower as one word. Will is one thing, power, spiritual power to make your will happen, is another thing. That was topic number 1. Topic number 2 is to condition your spirit before you try and do things in the physical realm. All right, I believe that I've hit on that. I've given grand examples, but you can even do it. This will be my last point. You can even do it with simple things. You know, when it comes to saying that you see now you picked up an orange juice habit, and you figured out now that sugar ain't too good, and you want to back off of sugar. You can even take something as minuscule as that into your meditation and dwell on it and pray on it. You can even do visualizations. I don't really go into that too much, but you can repeat over and over and over again your intention to be free of, what is that? Anyway, be free of the shackles of the sugar that's within the orange juice. All right, so, and in doing that, you will see that when you get up, your mind will now have this thought conditioned into it, so you'll be more aware, and you'll have the repetition to just come back to you via your intuition. So whenever you go and reach for that orange juice again, you'll be like, wait, nah, I'm straight. Put it back in the fridge. All right, that's a minuscule example. There are big examples. It's all applicable. All right, so I'm gonna stop the video there. Thanks again for tuning in. If you would like to learn more, hit me up. Any questions, hit me up. If you'd like to do a class, hit me up. All right, thanks again. I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, that went well.